I never thought I'd have such an eerie experience in Romania. It all began a few years ago when I met my ex-girlfriend online. She lived in Sibiu, a charming town in Romania, filled with history, religion, and superstition. I visited her multiple times, and each time I was amazed at how deeply the culture and beliefs were embedded in everyday life. You see, Romania is not just religious. It's steeped in a deep sense of mystery. Even the younger generations hold on to superstitions, not just the elderly. During my second visit, I decided to book a small Airbnb apartment right in the heart of the old town. It was cute and affordable, only 3 minutes from the city center. But something felt off the moment I stepped inside. The place had an eerie vibe, 30 mirrors scattered all over the house, but one in particular made me uncomfortable. Above the bed hung a small, round mirror with a bizarre design, 100 branches extending from its frame, pointing outward like the rays of an unsettling sun. As if that wasn't odd enough, the apartment owner had a priest come every Monday to bless the house. Apparently, something had happened there once, but I didn't think much of it at the time. Not far from the apartment, maybe a street away, stood a massive, abandoned orphanage. My ex told me it had been deserted for decades, and right beside it was an old subway entrance that hadn't been used for years. The place was fenced off, overgrown with weeds, and practically begging to be explored. We were young and curious, so naturally, we planned to sneak in. We even got her cousin and her boyfriend involved. The plan was to go around 1 a.m., perfect time for an adventure. But then, just hours before we were supposed to head out, her cousin sent a news article. It turns out that a few years earlier, some so-called Satanists had broken into the orphanage. They had killed cats and used their blood in strange rituals. Whether they were actual Satanists or just kids playing with occult practices from the internet, I don't know. But it spooked my ex and her cousin enough to cancel the whole plan. Disappointed but understanding, we decided to stay in that evening. We lay on the bed, the strange mirror hanging above us, scrolling through YouTube and snacking on sunflower seeds. Pretty typical for a quiet night in Eastern Europe, right? But then, something shifted. Out of nowhere, my ex froze, staring wide-eyed at the window. The window was one of those frosted types where you can't see outside clearly, just shadows. I turned to look, and there it was, a shadow shaped like a head. Now, we were on the upper floors of the building, and there was nothing outside that could have cast that shadow. No trees, no cars, no lanterns, nothing. I felt a sudden chill run through me, and the air was filled with a foul, rancid odor. Then the shadow moved, slowly, unnervingly. And just as it was about to slip out of sight, we both saw it. 2 horns, unmistakable, curving out from the top of the shadow's head. Then it disappeared. We were frozen for what felt like forever. A cold dread washed over me. I couldn't explain what we had just seen, but I knew we had to leave. We jumped up, threw on some clothes, and bolted out of the apartment. We spent the rest of the night at a nearby mall, trying to shake off the feeling that something was watching us. When we finally returned, we closed the curtains and never opened them again for the rest of our stay. The next day, we checked the area around the window. No lampposts, no strange objects, nothing that could have cast the shadow we saw. And yet, I still remember the horns, clear as day. We never spoke of it again, but that night has stayed with me ever since. If you enjoyed this eerie story, don't forget to hit the like button and let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you're curious about what other spooky tales we have in store, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you can catch our new clips before anyone else. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.